Test, test, test. See, looks like we got one viewer. Can you hear me all right? All right, I got 3 viewers. Can y'all hear me? Somebody chat if you can hear me. Five viewers, but I don't see this. Let's see. Let's see that. Hey, good. Hello, Mr. Barajas. How are you doing tonight? All right, very good. Nitro Nut, welcome back. Y'all should probably be watching the Rotor Riot live chat, but I decided to go live. Everybody having a good night? So, question I have for you all 8 of you. You can't hear me? Damn it. Are you trolling me, Frequency Garden? Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Everyone else can hear me. I'll up this just a little bit. Is that better? La 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 la. I know. Frequency Garden's trolling me. Dustin, you troll. You know what? I think Frequency Garden started. Oh God, it is March Madness, isn't it? Man, look, I'm so not into sports, but Frequency Garden started the whole interview trend thing. The Garden is good. He gets deep into philosophy very, very frequently. I do not get into philosophy. I get into the business side of things. But so how many of the 9 of you saw some of the crazy comments on, dear God, why would you lock yourself in a closet for 7 days? What did he learn? Frequency Garden is interviewing a German philosopher who locked himself in a dark room for 7 days. That does not sound like a lot of fun. I bet he saw things. Interviews are very fun. Not only are they gold, but they're fun too. I just finished an interview with someone. Well, I'll just go ahead and tell you. I just finished an interview with Tyler Brennan. I interviewed Drew the other night, and I've got Troy Knockin in the can. The Lexi interview just came out, and the second part of that is coming out tomorrow. But Tanner FPV, do you play a part in the FPV market? Yes, as a consumer. Yeah, the Final Glide interview that Frequency Garden did was good. I wish it would have been maybe a little bit longer and not quite so many. Yeah. Frank, the parakeet guy. That I got rid of him specifically because he was designed just to troll. So Tanner, honestly, I'm simply asking. I mean, there's really no other explanation. Chad and I have been connected frequently on through other means, and I reached out to him and said, "Hey, would you be interested?" I knew Drew before he was El Presidente, and once I finished the Capper interview, I reached out to Tyler and said, "Would you like to be on?" He came back later and said, "Yeah, he would be." So who's next? I don't know. I mean, Lexi has been an internet acquaintance for a while. That's why I was able to interview her. And then Troy Knockin, who you guys will see probably sometime next week. The y'all, yes. Who's Yawsome in here? Troy is with Rhinoceros, and he reached out to me, but he's a really good guy. I think you guys are really gonna like that video. But yeah, I honestly, there have been some really interesting revelations and learnings. I know, like, I'm not just doing it to get the views. Like, I'm doing it because I'm actually curious. Boris B, man, if anybody knows where he is, he would be a spectacular interview. Well, hi, John. Thanks, man. Good to meet you, buddy. Keeping it real. Chad Nowak. I interviewed Chad Nowak. Chad was kind of my FPV inspiration. I mean, it was his Hawaii Balls video that just completely and totally, I mean, it just set the hook, right? That was it. Oh, Bort asked Chad. I got you. I see what you're saying. Chad Capper or Chad Nowak? Because there's a ridiculous number of Chads in this hobby, in case you haven't noticed. But Nowak. Okay. Well, I had not. I've yet to be introduced to Nowak, but hopefully that won't be too long in the making. I may lean on my friend Frequency. Let's see. That's interesting. Okay, so Frequency Garden pointed out that he's running on his computer's limping along right now, for probably very valid reasons, and he was only able to edit a short bit at a time. So hey, dude, you did spectacular with what you had. That was definitely it was well done, and you got me on the Rickroll. And I'm not going to tell anybody else where it was, but you got me. I totally, and I even skimmed ahead to see if maybe there was some FPV flying in the Rickroll, but it was just the straight up Rickroll. Hey guys, got Jack Fu, FPV Authority. It was interesting. Raphael Perker reached out, and now is not a good time for him to be interviewed, is about the way I'm going to leave it. But that might come soon. Albert Kim, Stu. Stu would be a hard interview because of the time zone difference, but I think I got Rick Rollins. That's right. Stu would be a hard interview, but I could definitely interview him. I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, when Chad Capper came onto my channel, he was doing me a favor, right? He's so well known. And the same thing with guys like Trappy and with any of these big names, they're so well known that for a channel like mine, it really only just breathes life into them, right? Like, that's pretty much how it happens. So for Stu, I don't know what the upside for Stu would be. He may just want to be interviewed. I don't know. I hear he's been moving, and as I understand it, and it maybe we might have some Aussies in here. The whole moving process in Australia is a lot different than it is here in the U.S. And there's internet problems. Like, just getting an internet connection can be difficult there, because everything that they do has to go over a major underground line. Authorized. Here's the deal. I've got more editing that I know what to do with for the next week or two. So I think you guys are going to see some good stuff coming out. So just out of curiosity, how many of y'all even paid attention to the comments in the Lexi video? Thank you, Mike Grimsley. I'm just waiting for y'all to catch up, or me to catch up to you. The authority is in effect, folks. The y'all withstands the test of time. I will say that the whole, I published the Lexi video and I saw a side of the internet I haven't seen before, and it was definitely very gruesome and caused me a lot of stress. And I'll give you a heads up. I think it's 8 or 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. Yeah, he was anxiety. Yeah, they got pushed pretty far down. I think the algorithm is good at moving them down. Parakeet, Parakeet just, he didn't really say anything. He just hinted, and then when I went and looked at his profile, the account had been created 2 days ago at the time. He was designed specifically to troll, and there's really no other reason that account existed. And I did have another guy that told me that Chad Kapper and I should get a room in a hotel together and do sexually related things to each other. And then he dared me to delete his comment, which I did, because quite frankly, I wasn't gonna. But the best thing about him was his whole channel was about smoking hash. he had almost 3,000 subs, and every single video was about lighting up hash in some crazy bong. And I was like, well, do people? Yeah. Anyways, the whole thing was just crazy. So yeah, so look, let me just be forewarned. The Lexi video going out tomorrow is specifically about women in FPV, and she has really good stuff to say, and I'm totally anticipating an inflood of negativity from just folks that are not gonna like it. But anyways, I encourage y'all to watch and just yeah, right. Fraser Steen. We watch. Look, if the dude is making a living smoking hash, like there's no judgment here. I was just curious why this guy that had no FPV content and seemingly no skin in the game was all of a sudden all over my channel telling me to go do terrible, awful things with Chad Kapper in a hotel room. So I thought about posting it, but I thought about letting it stay there because it was really well written. Like in terms of, like, if you're going to insult someone, yeah, all right. So KTMJ, we're talking about the comments, some of the comments that got left from the Lexi video. One guy told me that Chad Kapper and I needed to get a room and do things. So then I went and checked out his channel to see if he was a troll channel. And his whole channel was about smoking hash. He never showed his face, or she, for all I know. And every video was 2 to 3 minutes with funky music, funky lighting, some kind of crazy bong, and hash. That was it. So the authority, that's a good, yeah, thank you for that, KTMJ. Yeah, Authority. That's a good point. I think there's two things really holding the youth back. I mean, and keep in mind, like I've got an 11-year-old, soon to be 12, and a 13-year-old. We fly. They fly, and I have to bankroll their flying, and it's hard. I mean, and look, I'm not trying to brag. I make a decent living. We're not struggling, but like, if you think keeping one fleet of quads in the air is crazy, then I would totally interview Zora. Zora, I will interview you. You would make a spectacular interview. I have no idea what I would ask you. We might just have to just shoot the breeze, man. Yes. Yeah, KTMJ, like seriously, kids are expensive. Yes, Zorro's here, and he seems to have volunteered to be interviewed. So, Zorro, we need to find a way to reach. Yes, we can talk about hash. Zorro can interview me for all I care. Yeah, no, the oh, by the way, Zorro, I think I think I may know why you think that you had seen me before. Let me hold on. Let me pull up the comment. Y'all just give me 1 second. I got the absolute best comment ever that I think I've ever gotten, period, was from, hold on, let me get into comments. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's not every day you find out Kevin Smith's stunt double flies quads. So apparently I look like Kevin Smith, which is maybe why you think you know me. Hash knows Zorro, yes. Oh, anyway, Zorro, are you doing better, man? I saw some of your video on the whole, just the heart and everything, man. Are you all right? Are you feeling better? I'm still trying to come to grips with the fact that I may be his stunt double. I mean, it's the beard, obviously. The beard, yeah. So, anyways, yes, but I'm good. Very good to hear, man. Zora says he's perfect. We all thought he was perfect beforehand. Silent Bob's chatting younger brother. That's too funny. No, you know what? I honestly, I bet Zorro has quite a lot to add to the conversation in a perfectly Zorro way. Unfortunately, we won't be able to go to the airport and fly drones, but we can maybe do it over Skype. So, Zorro, reach out. Let's touch base and let's make it happen. But anyways, I think you guys are right. Like I'm not going to get bent out of shape about the comments, but some of them made me a little bit angry, and that definitely was not cool. So to be angry, and I think I wasn't angry on my part. I wasn't angry for me. I mean, people can call me whatever names they want. It's just how badly they treated Lexi. It's just anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about Zora. Zora, how much do you know about hash? How do we get a positive movement for STEM programming to be open to high school media content? Funding is being pulled before it hits the bank. Focus on flight enroll. Zora knows everything about hash. I am not shocked by that. Y'all authority. I believe in STEM. I've helped out with it at the elementary age, and I think there needs to be more funding for it. But we also can't we can't forget the basics, and we can't forget the the arts. I mean, like there's definitely a real benefit to focusing on STEM, but you got to make sure that it's a well-rounded education too. That's just my take on it. Yes, the debate is okay, but don't throw insults. Mark TV. And you know what? I'll tell you what. I have not flown, God, in like 2 weeks. The weather has either been terrible or I've been working crazy hours, so it's been hard to fly. I need to get out. I actually have walked past and driven past a few of my normal flying spots, which may have to retire one because people got bent out of shape about me and the power lines. But I really just was like, man, I need to fly. And Frank, I'm not a great pilot. Since 1983. Yeah, baby. Frank, what did you fly? I'm trying to catch up to y'all's comments here. Sailplanes. Woo! Yeah, that's something right there, man. I think I had an uncle that flew sailplanes and crashed one. So, yeah, KTMJ, you're in Florida. Are you in the Orlando area? It seems like that's where FPV is moving. What makes a sailplane versus say a Cessna? I know nothing about planes. I know very little about drones. Jack Fu, I agree. And I think that a lot of the hate that they were bringing up, Vasa and Monaco. Wow, man. That's crazy. Can you put your body in that? The authority, I will do that. And listen, if and when you guys see it, shut it down too, man. Oh, I used to live in Tampa when I was a kid. We lived in Clearwater. I could walk out of the front porch and see the bay. I guess at that point it was the Gulf of Mexico. I was a kid though. Yeah. So, anyways, thank y'all. And you guys, anybody got any other questions? Where's everybody from? Dr. Turd Ferguson, FPV, is from Lock Buell, Colorado. Okay, all right, Frank. Okay, Frank. I still respect you for flying radio-controlled sailplanes, but I thought you were going to be like a serious badass if you flew them for real, because that in Balsa Wood, that's something. I know Big Lou. What happened to my hair? What do you mean? Where in North Carolina? Y'all, you got all right. Look, I'm gonna throw a shout out here. You guys need to go check out Big Lou FPV. He's one of our local guys, and the dude, he deserves some good looks on his page. I don't know if he's been active lately, but he just tomorrow here locally in the Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Hampton Roads area is our very first regional wing race. So I don't know if it's too late to try to get in on that, but if you got a wing and you want to come race it, go talk to Big Lou. He's got the hook up. South Jersey. All right, here you go. Where is the farthest you've ever been? I think the farthest I've ever been was to Germany or Italy. 7 Cities Wing Racers, that's right. I am in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Also called Hampton Roads, also nearby Norfolk, Portsmouth, Hampton. It's known as one of the easiest places to get into and one of the hardest places to get up there. Jesse, are you really in Iraq? Moscow is the furthest. Jesse, if you're really in Iraq, then at some point you served in the military, I would bet, and thank you for your service, if that is the case. I might be jumping the gun, but maybe. Oh, that's the furthest you've ever been. And yes, you were in the service in Iraq. Which engagement were you there for? Desert Storm, Desert Shield, Operation Enduring Freedom. What was that? That may have been Afghanistan. My brother-in-law went in on the 3rd ID on the 2nd invasion. Everybody give Jesse a hand. Marines. So I know a lot of Marines. You guys are great to hang out with, man. You guys are great to hang out with. I don't try to drink with Marines. that never goes well. It's like drinking with salespeople. The salespeople will be the last one standing. Yes, thank you, Jesse. Yeah, so hey, look, guys, thank you for coming out. Antigua is the farthest I made it so far. I will say this: I never flew until I got married. I never stepped foot on a plane. That was in 2000. So I led a very sheltered life in the Southeast. KTMJ, I've been told the same thing. Thank you, Plummet. Thank you, y'all, Authority. And you're right, peace is a much better option all around. All right, gentlemen. Hey, thank you, Steve. Looks like we got a gentleman from Fort Bragg up in the house now. Dr. Turd Ferguson. I still can't get over that. All right. Oh, all right. So Mike Grimsley wants to know how many subs did I have before the interview. So I'll give you that in 2 answers. If you go to a site called Social Blade, you can actually scope that out on any channel. I had right around 350 before the Chad interview, and I'm sitting around 1,200 now. I actually, let me rephrase that. I'm sitting around like 1,120. So the Chad Capper interview definitely put me well over the top. And the funny thing about that, and somebody asked about this earlier, Chad and I had a loose relationship in terms of I'd asked him to critique a couple videos. I mean, the guy's got just an amazing amount of experience, and he's willing to give us time if you ask nicely. And I finally just said, "Hey, do you want to do an interview?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I wrote down 10 questions, and I interviewed him that night. So Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. So, all right. Well, I think we're closing in on 30 minutes. I got some video editing and some shooting to do so that I can keep. Well, Capper is a good guy, at least so far as I know, and I appreciate him taking the time to help me out because he helped me out. That's the truth. So, all right. So, in order for me to keep you guys filled with content, I need to go do some editing and do a little bit of recording. So, I will see y'all later. As Dr. Turk Ferguson says, zip it up and zip it out. See you guys. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.